tonight. Also, my other guest is champion wrestler Bajrang Punia. He'll tell us why he's on the street in support of the women wrestlers. All that and more, you're watching the news today. First, the 9 headlines at 9. A political storm breaks over Congress chief Mallikarjun Kharge's poisonous snake remark in Karnataka against Prime Minister Modi. The BJP calls it an abuse of the Prime Minister. Kharge clarifies, says it was an attack against the BJP's ideology, not Mr. Modi. The Congress files a complaint against Amit Shah after the Home Minister said that riots in Karnataka will break out if Congress comes to power. The Congress says the Home Minister is dividing people on communal lines. The hero's welcome for freed gangster turned Neta Anand Mohan as he reaches his native village in Bihar. Bike rallies and sweets in celebration of the murder convict's release. Internet suspended in West Bengal's Kaliaganj amidst arson, stone pelting over the alleged rape and murder of a minor girl. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee accuses the BJP of spearheading violence. Day 5 of the wrestlers' protest against the Wrestling Federation chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. Wrestlers allege Sports Minister Anurag Thakur spent only a few minutes to address their issues. IOA chief PT Usha says the wrestlers are tarnishing India's image. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh holds talks with his Chinese counterpart, first since the Galwan clash. Both leaders hold dialogues on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit. Akali Dal patriarch Prakash Singh Badal's last rites performed with full state honours in his native village of Punjab. In Indian banks, bad loans dropped to 4.4% of total assets. RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das says Indian banks will be able to maintain capital adequacy even in severe distress. And Chinese President Xi Jinping holds his first call with Ukraine President Zelensky since the Russia-Ukraine war, tells Ukraine dialogue and negotiation only way out.
Co-presented by Star Health Insurance, the health insurance specialist. Powered by Jaguar. Discover the magic of smart lights.
But first, our top story tonight. The campaign in Karnataka has just got uglier today. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge stirred a controversy when he was comparing Prime Minister Modi to a poisonous snake. Under attack from the BJP, Kharge later clarified his comment was directed at the BJP and not an individual. This on a day that the Congress filed a criminal complaint against Home Minister Amit Shah over his remark that the state will see riots if the Congress returns to power. The politics of poison and polarization. How does that really fit in with Karnataka's political narrative at election time? It's our top story tonight.
ಮತ್ ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಮೋದಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ವಿಷದ ಹಾವಿದ್ದಂಗೆ.
Narendra Modi is like a venomous snake, says Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge. Right when its focus on local issues seem to be paying off, the Congress has scored a self-goal in Karnataka. Kharge later clarified he called BJP's ideology poison and not the Prime Minister himself.
ಮತ್ ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಮೋದಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ವಿಷದ ಹಾವಿದ್ದಂಗೆ. ನೀವಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ವಿಷ ಅದ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡೋಣ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೆಕ್ ನೋಡೋಣ ನೆಕ್ಕಕ್ ಹೋಗಿರಿ, ನೆಕ್ಕರು ಸತ್ತ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ವಿಷ ಅದಾನೋ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಮೋದಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಣ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋಡೋಣ ನೆಕ್ ನೋಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನ ನೆಕ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಮಲಗೇ ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಲ್ಲೇ.
ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಅದು ಒಂದೇನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾವು ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಹಿಂಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ನೆಕ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಡೆತ್ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದ ಮೊದ್ಲೇನೆ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ನಾ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈಗೂ ಹೇಳಿನಿ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಯಾರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಅಸೂಯಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಐಡಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯದಂಗಿದೆ. ಆ ಐಡಿಯಾಲಜಿ ನೀವು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ನೆಕ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಡೆತ್ ಇಸ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್.
His comments have put the focus on Modi exactly when the Prime Minister is about to hit the campaign trail.
There is a poison in the mind of Kharge. It is a prejudiced mind towards Narendra Modi ji and BJP because this kind of thinking comes because of desperation. They have been unable to fight him politically in the parliament, outside, and they are seeing that their ship is sinking.
Kharge's comments are a new low in Karnataka's poisonous politics, if one could call it that. Union Home Minister Amit Shah had sparked a row earlier when he claimed there would be riots if Congress returned to power.
कांग्रेस घाटी में भी आ गई तो ऑल टाइम हाई करप्शन होगा, तुष्टीकरण होगा, ऑल टाइम हाई परिवारवाद होगा और कर्नाटक पूरा दंगे से ग्रस्त हो जाएगा.
An angry Congress is accusing the Home Minister of instigating people against them.
He has said that if Congress party comes to power, it will be effect with communal rights. How can he tell that? Why is he making such type of statement? He may be Home Minister. He is a star campaigner of the BJP here. My AICC has already filed in the Election Commission. After filing only, we have come to the police station to look at this matter.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who starts his rally and roadshow blitz on Friday, has warned voters against Congress's Rewari politics.
मुफ्त की रेवड़ी की राजनीति की वजह से कई राज्य इतना बेतहासा खर्च अपनी दलगत राजनीति की भलाई के लिए कर रहे हैं, राज्य कर्ज में डूबते चले जा रहे हैं. कांग्रेस मतलब झूठ की गारंटी.
The BJP is banking heavily on Modi's personal popularity to win the elections. Has Kharge's attack on Modi given the BJP the opening it was looking for? Bureau Report, India Today.
ಇದು ವಿಷಯ ಅದ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡೋಣ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೆಕ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿರಿ.
Okay, the big questions. Will toxic politics have any impact on the elections in Karnataka? Will these personal attacks on Mr. Modi cost the Congress in elections? Is the Home Minister's riot warning an attempt to polarize by the BJP? Questions we'll raise. Earlier, I spoke to Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, who's in charge of the BJP's campaign in Karnataka, and Congress MP Rajdeep Sardesai. I began by asking Dharmendra Pradhanji, how do you see Mr. Kharge's comments, especially the manner in which he has suggested that the BJP, the Prime Minister, is like a poisonous snake spreading poison?
This is a very unfortunate statement from such a senior leader. I count Kharge ji is a very respectable leader in our Indian political scenario today. He is the president of principal opposition party Congress, and he is also leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha. We never expect this kind of utter irresponsible words from person like Kharge. According to my understanding, what I know, Prime Minister Modi always give respect to Kharge ji in personal level, in public life also. How he utters such words against Prime Minister Modi, it's a utter surprise to me. I think he is under pressure, he is under compulsion, he has some political compulsion. He has to satisfy his political masters. Those who are famous of saying, Maut ka saudagar, Modi tera kabr khudenge. These are the buzzwords, these are the war cry in the Congress party. Whoever will say this kind of unparliamentary, uncivilized, undemocratic word against Prime Minister Modi, the number of that person, the credibility of that person will increase in front of the Congress party's political masters. Mr. Kharge
Are you saying therefore, Mr. Pradhan, that these comments that Mallikarjun Kharge has made are not his own, that they were made under pressure from the Gandhi family?
I think so. Whom he is satisfying? Who has said coin this word Maut ki saudagar? Who is getting priority when somebody is giving statement like Modi tera kabr khudenge? These are the order of the Congress party today. These are the language of Congress party today. These are unfortunate things.
No, so what are you asking? Are you saying that Mr. Kharge, the BJP seems to want to make this a political issue? Are you asking for him to apologize? He's already clarified. What more do you want?
Mr. Kharge has its own standing in public life. Whatever he has done his own way. I don't know about his compulsions. People of Karnataka are the best judge to look into these things.
But are you saying, Dharmendra Pradhan, let's look at the other side. The Congress is accusing you, the BJP, of instigating people. They've gone to the EC to complain against Home Minister Amit Shah, who went on record to say if the Congress comes to power, there'll be riots all over Karnataka. आप लोगों को भड़का रहे हैं, कह रहे हैं कि दंगे हो गए अगर कांग्रेस सत्ता में आए. That's why वो EC के पास गए हैं. How do you respond? किस तरह से देखते हैं?
शिव कुमार जी ये बताएं, क्या उन्होंने ये नहीं कहा कि अगर कांग्रेस पार्टी सत्ता में आएगी, जो आने वाला नहीं है, सत्ता में आएगी तो उन्होंने दोबारा जो असंवैधानिक माइनॉरिटी की रिजर्वेशन धर्म के आधार पे कर्नाटक में लागू था उसको पुनः लागू करेंगे? क्या वो लिंगायत समाज में तनाव नहीं पैदा करा रहे हैं? क्या भोकाली के समाज में तनाव पैदा नहीं करा रहे हैं? क्या वो कुरुबा समाज में तनाव पैदा नहीं करवा रहे हैं? क्या वो पिछड़ों के अंदर तनाव पैदा नहीं करा रहे हैं? तनाव तो वो खुद पैदा करवा रहे हैं. गृह मंत्री जी ने उसकी जवाब दिया कि ये लोग आएंगे तो ये कह रहे हैं, ये तो शिव कुमार जी का ऐलानिया बयान है कि हम सत्ता में आएंगे तो हम 4% मुस्लिम रिजर्वेशन को लागू करेंगे. धर्म के आधार पे रिजर्वेशन नहीं हो सकता है, ये संविधान सभा ने चर्चा करके निर्णय किया है. इन्होंने असंवैधानिक कामों को पैरवी कर रहे हैं. भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार उसको ठीक किया और ये कह रहे हैं कि हम उनको काट देंगे, बंद कर, दोबारा लागू करेंगे तो काटोगे किसकी? जिसकी कटेगा वहां तनाव पैदा नहीं होता है क्या? दंगा तो आप करवाना चाहते हो, समाज में घृणा की भाव तो आप ही पैदा कराना चाहते हो. आप गुनहगार हो.
Okay, that was speaking to Dharmendra Pradhan earlier today. Now listening to conversation with Rajdeep Sardesai. Joining me now is the Congress's General Secretary in charge of Karnataka, Rajdeep Sardesai. Join me. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Sardesai. Look at how the day has panned out. You all started by filing a criminal complaint against Amit Shah, accusing him of polarizing the electorate, of communally dividing it by claiming that there would be riots if the Congress came to power. But by the evening, it's the BJP which is targeting you because Mallikarjun Kharge is accused of likening the Prime Minister to a poisonous snake. How do you respond? Is this the language to be used?
Rajdeep ji, BJP is in the dock today. Three important things have happened. Number one, Union Home Minister responsible for protecting law and order has been found deliberately denigrating the law and the constitution, spreading hatred and making fake and false statements. We've lodged an FIR. We have gone to Election Commission of India of debarring him from even campaigning. Election Commission of India has set the hearing tomorrow. Number two, Prime Minister made a huge, insensitive and cruel faux pas when he made a joke of suicide of a daughter of a professor on a channel. 1,66,000 people commit suicide. I know Prime Minister does not have children. Anybody can choose not to have. But it's such a cruel thing, insensitive thing to say, to joke about suicide. 450 people commit suicide every day in this country between 18 to 45 years of age. So Prime Minister was in trouble. Number three, Mr. Somanna, former minister and senior BJP leader, has been caught on tape in Karnataka, who's fighting also against Siddaramaiah ji, offering 50 lakh bribe, against which we lodged an FIR and filed a complaint. So BJP had to manufacture a narrative. So I know that they can't digest the fact that a man born in Karnataka in a Dalit family has risen from the post of a bloc president to be the president of Indian National Congress. Mr. Kharge has 60 years of public service record.
No, but
and
that
Mr. Kharge has gone on record again to say that he never made a personal
Sir, I have no doubt that Kharge ji has risen from the ranks. He is, in that sense, his life is an inspirational story for many from a poor Dalit family. But that does not justify using the kind of language, calling the Prime Minister a poisonous snake, only allows the BJP to play the victim card once again and will push you on the back foot. Why not apologize?
Rajdeep, Mr. Kharge has gone ahead and said I'm 100% certain that an independent journalist like you and a TV channel like you will show what he has written on his Twitter handle and also given an interview to you as also to ANI. He has clearly said this is an ideological fight between Mr. Modi, BJP and Mr. Kharge. He does not want to in any manner target either the Prime Minister or anyone else, nor has that been his intent ever. And he has clearly said BJP has a mindset which is anti-Dalit, which is anti-poor, and which is, they can't digest the fact that a Dalit has become president of the Indian National Congress. So Mr. Kharge has clearly said he never wanted to hurt anybody's sentiments, nor has he meant to do so, nor has he targeted Mr. Modi personally. Let's not make mountain of a molehill. And Mr. Kharge has gone ahead and has clarified his position.
So in
let's
a
come back
sense,
to
Mr.
the
Kharge,
basic. The election is
in
not
a sense,
about
Mr.
Mr.
Kharge
Modi
is
or about Mr.
backtracking,
Kharge.
clarifying. But do you concede that this election campaign in Karnataka, the more you make it about personal allegations, the issues will get lost? The Congress had always told us this is not a Modi ji versus Rahul battle. It's about local issues. It's about our guarantees. Now you're bringing in Mr. Modi into the narrative because Mr. Modi is coming to Karnataka in 2 days' time. So some would say this is the Congress trying to have a preemptive strike against the Prime Minister.
I think we are overestimating Modi ji. I respect him as a Prime Minister, but I think you are grossly overestimating him. Sometimes JP Nadda says Karnataka needs his blessings. Sometimes Mr. Amit Shah says hand over Karnataka to Modi. This election is not about Mr. Modi. This election is about brand Karnataka and fixing responsibility for the 40% corrupt BJP government. Also about the job scams that BJP has done, the way it has brazenly looted Karnataka, the way the nauseating stench of corruption and job scams has engulfed Karnataka, the way 6.5 crore Kannadigas are feeling that their self-respect and honor has been denigrated by the BJP. It's about Congress guarantees, it's about a positive campaign, and Mr. Rahul Gandhi today has announced 5th guarantee of free travel to every woman of Karnataka, anywhere in Karnataka or Bangalore, and it is about a positive agenda that Congress has said. Kharge Saab has said it, Rahul ji has said it. So Mr. Modi, with folded hands we say, you are not demigod or God. The election is not about you. The election is about welfare of 6.5 crore Kannadigas, and that's what it will be.
But you know, you're saying it is about these guarantees, which the Prime Minister today said is actually a Revdi culture. He said the only guarantee Congress can give is if they come to power, there will be corruption. That's what the Prime Minister says. He says, forget these guarantees. The Congress gave guarantees in Himachal Pradesh. They have not implemented them. Gave them in Rajasthan, not implemented them. This is only a way to woo electorate. It is Revdi freebie culture.
See, one thing you have to grant it to us. The shoe is really hurting the Prime Minister. What he calls Revdi culture is responsibility and welfareism of the state. Mr. Modi is selling a 400 rupees gas cylinder at 1100 rupees. Mr. Modi's regime has ensured that the cooking oil has gone up from 60 rupees to 200 rupees. Pulses have gone up from 50 rupees a kg to 150 rupees a kg. There is GST on now curd, on paneer, on milk. I know Modi ji doesn't go to the market with a jhola, but everybody else in this country does go. Modi ji doesn't run a household, but 140 crore Indians do. So when we give 2000 rupees every month to women of Karnataka, then it is our guarantee to fight against Modi-made inflation or BJP-made inflation. When we give 200 units of electricity by way of Grey Jyoti, then it is our way of answering that we will fight inflation together. When we give Yuva Nidhi and 3000 rupees to every graduate for a period of 2 years, it is to fight against BJP-made unemployment. When we give 10 kgs of rice to the poor, every BPL family every month free, then it is our way of saying we will not let anybody in Karnataka sleep hungry. When we tell every woman that they will be permitted to free travel, then we are giving them the right from the restrictive policies of the BJP. And if this is Revdi culture, then waiving of 7,35,000 crore of loans of 50 industries is not Revdi culture. But giving to 6.5 crore Kannadigas and sharing the treasury of the state for their welfare is Revidi culture. This is anti-Karnataka and this is anti-people. This is insulting the people of Karnataka by none less than the Prime Minister of India.
Let me therefore ask you in conclusion, are you still telling me that the attack on Mr. Modi, the poison snake analogy, is not going to result in a diversion from these issues? Is the Congress now going to stop attacking the Prime Minister personally?
Well, on your channel, I say to Prime Minister Modi, you may consider yourself God or demigod. You are not so, sir. You are only my Prime Minister. The election in Karnataka is not about you.
Okay.
Brand Karnataka has been tarnished. Investment is flying away. And Karnataka is now drenched in the stench of corruption by the worst and the most corrupt government in the history of India, which is the Bommai government. This election is about replacing them with a positive agenda of the Congress. It is neither about Kharge Saab, it is neither about Modi ji. You may consider yourself important. We respect you as Prime Minister. Nobody is saying anything about you. Feel free to come to Karnataka, but don't abuse and insult Karnataka. That's all that we say to you.
Okay. Let me leave it there. Rajdeep Sardesai, appreciate your joining us there, the Congress's General Secretary and point person for the battleground state of Karnataka. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, let me widen this to find out then, if these personal attacks are not the real issue in Karnataka, what really is the narrative that is dominating the campaign? Professor Chandan Gowda from the Institute of Social and Economic Change joins me from Bengaluru. Mohan Vishwa, BJP spokesperson. Aishwarya Madhav, Congress spokesperson. And Syed Aslam, JDS spokesperson. Just in case we forget that there is a party called the JDS as well. Before I come to all of you, I just want to tell you that I spoke to Mallikarjun Kharge a few days ago and I asked him precisely this question. Will the Karnataka elections become Modi versus Rahul Gandhi? Whether the Congress will raise issues like Rahul Gandhi's disqualification, the Adani question, will they all be issues in this poll? Listen in. Whether Mr. Modi will be a factor in the polls or not. This is what Mr. Kharge said. Rahul Gandhi leaving his house, giving up his MPship, how do you see it?
See, that issue we'll fight separately. We will fight in the parliament, outside the parliament, even in the street. To that extent we'll take. That is one issue. But here we'll highlight their failures, because Modi is not going to मुझे देख के वोट दो, मुझे देख के वोट दो, तुमको क्या देखना? म्युनिसिपैलिटी में तुमको देखना, कॉर्पोरेशन में तुमको देखना, एमएलए इलेक्शन में तुमको देखना, पार्लियामेंट में भी तुमको देखना, कितने जगह आपको देखना है? I want to know how many places you are going to become mayor, you are going to become chief minister, you are going to become prime minister.
Maybe he's a crowd puller, maybe he gets the votes.
Then your people are not popular here. Your programs are not popular here. The people are suffering and you have not done anything. If, for example, I will give.
So this is not a Rahul versus Modi election in Karnataka.
Why you take, we are taking that issue in 2024. We are ready to fight that. Here for the state issues we are taking.
So Karnataka is state issue.
The corruption.
So there you are. This is not a Rahul Gandhi versus Modi election is what Mallikarjun Kharge claims. Let's get our panelists to tell us that. You start, Professor Chandan Gowda, as an independent voice on this program. Do you believe that what we are seeing, the narratives playing out in television studios are very different to what one sees on the ground, where people are talking much more local issues, talking caste, even as TV studios are making this about Mr. Modi, Rahul Gandhi, and even corruption?
Thanks, Rahul. Regardless of what people are speaking on the ground, the Congress party at least seems to have decided that it has to keep the focus on local issues and not allow for this to become an extension of national politics. I mean, this is something that any Congress politician will tell you, that we need to be careful about walking into the trap that the BJP may lay for us by constantly provoking us to take a stand on issues of national significance, be it Modi's relevance or anything else that has a translocal kind of
So you're saying it's a hyper-local campaign based on the assurances. You see this that the Congress has to make this hyper-local. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely. Because the advantage that they're working with is the anti-incumbency, which is a local thing. Anti-incumbency is all about how the local government has failed, the state government. So they want to keep the focus there and not let it spill over into any other issues that may deflect from the criticism having any effects on the ground, Rajdeep. And it's not just that, it's also about, even when Rahul Gandhi spoke on Baswa Jayanti, I recall he was trying to talk about Adani and bring it in with the Baswarna's message of trying to be pure, etc. So there's a very clear sense that whatever else you may want to say, it has to be locally mediated.
Okay, so it has to be locally mediated, but in that sense...
Be it the Kannada issue...
Right, but in that sense, Aishwarya Madhav, did today Mallikarjun Kharge fall into a trap? By targeting the Prime Minister, we've seen in the past, whenever congressmen or women target the Prime Minister personally, Mr. Modi is able to hit back very, very effectively and make the election about himself.
Rajdeep, first and foremost, if the BJP took as much offense to the sort of stench of corruption in Karnataka as they have to a statement that has been clarified, maybe that 40% commission offensive would have never come against them. I think first and foremost, Mallikarjun Kharge Sahab has very clearly and emphatically stated what the reality is, and the BJP now is going to try and twist and turn, but none of it will hold. Because if they had issues, because Rajdeep...
No, it was not a twist and turn, it was a direct attack on the Prime Minister.
No, Rajdeep, because the clip you have played, there is 10 seconds before, and the entire context of it, not only did he talk about it in Hubli, in Shiratti also in his speech, he offered that clarification and said he expresses regret if somebody has misinterpreted it to hurt him. And Mallikarjun Kharge is not the sort of personality that would ever take these jibes, especially when he's told you the context of what these elections are. But Rajdeep, for the BJP, if they had a strong plank of development, if they had a strong plank of issues for this election, none of this would have mattered. But for the BJP, they are so bereft of issues and development that now it has become Modi, double engine, Yogi Adityanath, it has become Amit Shah, it has become Nadda, because they're trying to bypass the entire state leadership in order to almost tacitly disown them, because the stench of corruption and the target of corruption is on their state leaders. Okay. So they're trying to bypass it to bring in a national narrative. And the Congress party has said, if you have performed, if you are a double engine, if you are Achhe Din, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Amrit Kal, where is that development on the ground here? And in reality, it is not there, which is why this is happening. We're going to hold you accountable, and we're offering you guarantees for the betterment of the people of this state. Those planks were on, nothing will divert us. And today's incident is not anything that will change any shape of any part of this election, Raj.
Mohan Vishwa, you are being accused of disowning your state leadership by focusing on seemingly national issues. The Home Minister comes to Karnataka and says riots could happen if the Congress comes to power. What is he suggesting? Is he suggesting that the Congress is hand in glove with rioters? Is that what is being suggested? Is this part of somewhere playing the card that the Congress is guilty of appeasing groups like the SDPI or the Popular Front of India? Is that the card that you are going to play in the Karnataka elections, or are you determined to tell the people what your track record is over the last 5 years or 4 years?
See, Rajdeep, two things you should remember. When Amit Shah ji made this statement, it was based on the past. What happened in the past between 2013 to 2018? The same thing happened. You can see there were more than 23 Hindu Karyakartas who got murdered. The main accused was PFI and SDPI. Congress never had a guts to ban those two. Instead of what they do, they released more than 1,500 PFI and SDPI Karyakartas. That's the kind of message they give. Basis that only Amit Shah ji made that statement. And also, if you recall, between 2013 to 2018, the Karnataka had highest rate crimes. Let me give you a small example. The woman who used to go for walking in the morning in the parks or in the evening in the parks, there used to be regular chain snatching. There used to be regular mobile snatching. So these kind of law and order situation Congress had in the past. Same thing, Amit Shah is repeated. And also, if you recall, that's what I was just looking into the interview which you made just now with Mallikarjun Kharge when you asked him about, the Modi versus Rahul and all. He said, Modi ji to sabke liye aa jayega, wo to corporation ke liye aa jayega, MLA ke liye aa jayega, सबके लिए आ जाएगा. क्यों आ रहा है मोदी जी? वो पूरा जगह आ रहे हैं डेवलपमेंट करने के लिए. Either he's coming to lay foundation or he's coming to go for inauguration. So that's the kind of thing which is happening. That means what? Congress is accepting the fact that Modi ji is reaching every household, every road, and he's coming from past 10 months to Karnataka.
You're still in a way relying on the Modi. You're still relying on the Modi card. Syed Aslam, you've raised your hand. Go ahead, JDS spokesperson.
So Rajdeep, first of all, let me tell you, this Karnataka elections is for the pride of Kannadigas. We as JDS, we are moving ahead with strong rigor and strength, while both the national parties are busy in quelling their descendants, and of course they are doing mudslinging there. But having said that, it looks like the BJP has already considered the defeat. Today they are reeling under the pressure of anti-incumbency. They're reeling under the pressure of 40% corruption charges. They're reeling under the pressure of unemployment, highest unemployment. They're reeling under the pressure of inflation and price rise. They're not talking about this. When they concede the defeat, when they're at the worst
You're
of the
sounding
defeat,
like the Congress spokesperson. Am I to understand that the JDS would rather be with the Congress than the BJP here?
No, we would not. We would not. As I said, we will maintain equidistance from both the national parties. We are with the people of Karnataka. We are with the people. We are with the Kannadigas. We will maintain equidistance from both the national parties. We understand the pulse and the sentiment of the people of Karnataka. Now, coming back to the issue of polarization, BJP is at the pinnacle of polarization. Today, I am telling you, Rajdeep, whenever the BJP finds a sticky wicket, the easiest way they do is they reach out to the majoritarian polarization. Well, that is not what is required. I want to ask the BJP spokesperson on this panel, do you want to speak about development? Do you want to speak about how you will give employment to the youth? Do you want to speak about how will you bring down the inflation? Do you want to speak about how will you bring down the price rise? Do not find an easy route of majoritarian polarization. The people of Karnataka are educated. The people of Karnataka are smart and they're sensible. They will not fall for this rhetorics of polarization anymore. And do not get into rhetorics. Get to the facts and speak about the actual issues of Karnataka. Okay. That's what the Kannadigas are bothered about.
I've heard, I know we could, there are lots of angles, but we have to unfortunately take a break because we have a guest who has been waiting for us on the streets of Delhi and he's been sitting there for a while. We will carry forward this discussion. There are plenty of debates to be had on Karnataka. I appreciate all my guests joining me. The politics of poison or polarization is certainly not what we need at the moment. The name calling certainly is extremely avoidable. The reason I had to take a break is because, remember, the wrestlers' protest has now taken a new turn after Indian Olympic Association chief P.T. Usha, once the superwoman of Indian athletics, has come out in strong criticism of the wrestlers. She has claimed that the protest is maligning India's image. Union Minister Anurag Thakur too has broken the silence, asserting that a panel that was set up to address the wrestlers' charges, well, that panel is still, they claim, there. Where does the buck stop? Just listen in first to what P.T. Usha said.
इसलिए ना हमारा एथलेटिक कमीशन है वो लोग पहले थोड़ा तो डिसिप्लिन तो होना चाहिए है ना तो दे शुड कम टू अस अर्लियर इफ दे हैव अ रियल प्रॉब्लम instead of coming to us they are gone straight away to street no it is not good for the sports not only for the residents
सरकार बहुत स्पष्ट है कि मोदी जी की सरकार ने सदा खिलाड़ियों के साथ खड़े रहे खिलाड़ियों के लिए साथ खड़े थे खिलाड़ियों के लिए सुविधाएं दी और खेलों को बढ़ावा देने का काम किया हमारे लिए खेल प्राथमिकता है और खिलाड़ी प्राथमिकता है और उसमें हम कहीं पर भी कोई कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं करते हैं ना आज तक किया ना आगे करेंगे
And joining me now is Bajrang Punia, Olympic medalist. Bajrang जी बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप इंडिया टुडे पर आए हैं मुझे बताइए कि ये जो आपने एक तरह से ये प्रोटेस्ट किया है अब ये 5वां दिन है और दूसरी बार आप कर रहे हैं क्या आपको वाकई लगता है कि इससे कोई फर्क पड़ने वाला है क्या? क्योंकि सरकार कह रही है, पीटी उषा जो कह रही है कि ये इनडिसिप्लिन है, ये जो आप लोग कर रहे हैं ये गलत है। किस तरह से आप देखते हैं, क्या इसी तरह से आप प्रोटेस्ट करेंगे जब तक ब्रिजभूषण शरण सिंह के खिलाफ कोई कार्रवाई नहीं हो?
जी बिल्कुल, जब तक न्याय नहीं मिल जाता हम ऐसे ही प्रोटेस्ट करेंगे। और सर मैं आपको बता दूं, पीटी उषा मैडम का ये बयान सुन के मुझे खुद दुख हुआ, क्योंकि वो एक अच्छे खिलाड़ी, हम उनको आइकॉन मानते हैं। और उन्होंने एक महिला होके भी महिलाओं का दर्द नहीं समझ पाए वो। और हमने 3 महीने से हम इंतज़ार में ही थे कि भाई हमारे साथ न्याय होगा खिलाड़ियों के साथ, और आज बोल रहे हैं कि ये अनुशासनहीन है। तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि वो खिलाड़ी हो गए, खिलाड़ियों की भावना नहीं समझ पाए मैडम। मुझे इस चीज़ का बड़ा दुख है।
लेकिन आप एफआईआर क्यों नहीं फाइल करते? ये भी कहा जा रहा है कि अगर वाकई ये घटनाएं हुई है, ब्रिजभूषण शरण सिंह ने सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट की है और बच्चियों के साथ भी इस तरह से बर्ताव किया, तो आपने अभी तक इतने महीनों में एफआईआर क्यों नहीं फाइल किया?
सर मैं आपको बता दूं, हमने पहले तो जो कमेटी बनाई थी उस पर भरोसा जताया कि हमारे साथ न्याय होगा। और हमने 5-6 दिन हो गए हैं, 5-6 दिन हो गए हैं। शुक्रवार को, पिछले शुक्रवार को हमने कंप्लेंट दी थी कनाट प्लेस थाने में ही। अभी तक दिल्ली पुलिस ने एफआईआर दर्ज नहीं करी है।
क्या कहा उन्होंने? क्या
पुलिस ने ये पुलिस वाले जो लोग हैं वो ज़्यादा,
क्या आप कह रहे हैं पुलिस वाले भी ब्रिजभूषण शरण सिंह से डरते हैं? क्या डर का माहौल है?
और जी बिल्कुल, जब एफआईआर दर्ज नहीं की जा रही तो इसका मतलब ये, आज तक जहाँ तक मैंने सुना है कि आज तक ऐसा कोई भी केस नहीं हुआ है जिसमें पहले गिरफ्तारी से एफआईआर से पहले ही जांच की जा रही है। और उसके बोल रहे कि एफआईआर बाद में दर्ज करेंगे, पहले जांच, जिसमें हमने लिखित में, लड़कियों ने लिखित में कंप्लेंट दे रखी है। और उसके बावजूद भी आज 6 दिन हो चुके हैं, एफआईआर दर्ज नहीं हो पाई है।
वही वजह है क्या इस पूरे जो घटनाक्रम में? कहीं डर है, खौफ है? क्या आपको डराया जा रहा है, धमकाया जा रहा है कि कहा जा रहा है कि अगर आप इसी तरह से करेंगे तो आपको इंडिया के लिए सिलेक्ट नहीं करेंगे, आपको कभी आप इंटरनेशनल नहीं कर पाएंगे? क्या कहीं ना कहीं डर का माहौल है? ब्रिजभूषण शरण सिंह का एक डर है?
देखिए बिल्कुल सर, सभी खिलाड़ियों में डर का माहौल है, क्योंकि जो लड़कियां जो विक्टिम हैं उनके नाम भी डिस्क्लोज हो चुके हैं। जो उनके लोग हैं जो लड़कियों के पास जा रहे हैं, उनके फैमिली के पास, उनके रिश्तेदारों के पास, उनको पैसे का लालच दिया जा रहा है, उनको डराया जा रहा है, धमकाया जा रहा है। तो डर तो है बिल्कुल, क्योंकि यहाँ मेरे को भी कल 2-3 लोग आए थे, उन्होंने बोला था कि आप किससे पंगा ले रहे हैं, आपको पता है कि इनकी पार्टी ने एक बार टिकट काट दिया गया था। उसके बाद जिसको टिकट दिया था उसको जिस दिन वोटिंग थी उसी दिन मरवा दिया था। तो मैं कहा भाई आप जाइए, डराने मत आइए, सपोर्ट करना है तो आइए। तो उनके खिलाफ पहले ही 84 मुकदमे हैं जी। तो बिल्कुल बाहुबली तो वो है ही, और उनके पास पैसे की भी पावर है और पॉलिटिकली भी सपोर्ट है उनके पास, एमपी है क्योंकि रूलिंग पार्टी से।
आपने ये प्रधानमंत्री को कांटेक्ट करने की कोशिश की है? आपके अच्छे संबंध थे प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के साथ, जब आप टोक्यो से वापस आए मेडल लेके तो उन्होंने आपके लिए दावत रखी थी। आपने प्रधानमंत्री कार्यालय से बात की है, कोशिश की है?
देखिए अभी तो हमने नहीं की, पर पहले हमने खूब कोशिश करी मिलने के लिए भी कि हमें एक बार प्रधानमंत्री जी से, गृह मंत्री जी से मिलवा दीजिए, लेकिन मिलने का नहीं हो पाया। लेकिन मैं आपके माध्यम से यही बोलूँगा प्रधानमंत्री जी से भी और गृह मंत्री जी से भी कि आपसे विनती है, आपका जो नारा है बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ, आज आपकी बेटियाँ मुश्किल में है, आप उन्हें बचा लीजिए। आज फुटपाथ पे सोने को मजबूर हैं वो, और उनके साथ कोई भी मिस हैपनिंग हो सकती है, उनके साथ, उनकी फैमिली के साथ, जो यहाँ लोग बैठे हैं उनमें किसी के साथ कुछ भी हो सकता है। तो आप इसको अपने संज्ञान में लेके आप प्लीज़ आपका जो नारा है उसको आप दिखा दीजिए कि भाई हाँ, हम जो गलत आदमी है उसके खिलाफ हम मजबूती से एक्शन ले सकते हैं।
ये कहा जा रहा है कि एक तरह से राजनीति हो रही है, हरियाणा की राजनीति हो रही है। ये आप पर इल्जाम लग रहा है कि आप हरियाणा की पॉलिटिक्स कर रहे हैं, कांग्रेस के वहां नेता आपको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं और इसलिए आप सरकार विरोधी ये आंदोलन हो गया है। किस तरह से आप देखते हैं?
देखिए सर, हम पहली बार आए थे, हमने कोई भी आदमी अंदर नहीं घुसने दिया, चाहे वो किसी भी पार्टी का था। हमने पहले बोला था कि भाई हम खुद लड़ेंगे अपने जो ये आंदोलन है, हम अपनी लड़ाई है अपने खुद लड़ेंगे। लेकिन जब भी हमें लोगों ने यही बोला था कि आप बहुत बच्चे हो, आपके साथ बहुत बड़ा खेला हो जाएगा अगर आप ऐसे ही बैठे रहे तो। लेकिन इसके पीछे कोई राजनीति नहीं है। कई लोग बोल रहे हैं, जो ब्रजभूषण के लोग हैं, कि बजरंग, विनेश, साक्षी इस पे कब्जा करने के उसमें बैठे हैं। हम तो एक्टिव प्लेयर हैं। हमारे लिए तो ये बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण साल है, क्योंकि इसमें एशियन गेम्स है, इसमें ओलंपिक क्वालिफाई है। तो हम तो अपने ट्रेनिंग करेंगे। हमें कोई लालच नहीं है कि हम इसमें फेडरेशन में अध्यक्ष बनने के लिए आए हैं यहाँ पे। और वो हर तरीके से इसको राजनीति मुद्दा बना रहे हैं। कांग्रेस, कभी बीजेपी, कभी जाट, नॉन जाट, यहाँ पूरे हिंदुस्तान से खिलाड़ी आए हुए हैं। मुझे दुख इस बात का कि अब की बार टीवी मीडिया इतना नहीं दिखा रहा जितना वो, क्योंकि मीडिया को भारत का चौथा स्तंभ बोलते हैं कि न्याय दिलाने में मदद करता है। मैंने यहाँ पे बहुत सारे खिलाड़ियों को मिलवाया मीडिया कर्मियों से कि भाई ये लड़का उधर से आए हैं, छोटे छोटे बच्चे आए हैं, कोई एमपी से, कोई छत्तीसगढ़ से, ऐसे बहुत सारे लड़के आए हैं कि हम आपको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, हम भी रेसलिंग करते हैं।
मेरा
आखिरी सवाल,
क्या ये आपका आंदोलन इसी तरह से जारी रहेगा? आप वहां से नहीं हटेंगे जब तक आपको न्याय नहीं मिले, यानी जब तक ब्रजभूषण शरण सिंह के खिलाफ कार्रवाई शुरू नहीं हो तब तक आप वहीं रहेंगे?
जी 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 बिल्कुल, जब तक न्याय नहीं मिल जाता, क्योंकि ये भारत की बेटियों की लड़ाई है सर। और अगर हम आज अपनी बहन बेटियों को नहीं बचा पाए, मैं आपके माध्यम से यही बोलूँगा सभी देशवासियों से कि इकट्ठे होकर एक साथ लड़िए, क्योंकि ये भारत की बेटियों की लड़ाई है। अगर आज हम अपनी बहन बेटियों को नहीं बचा पाए तो ऐसे लोग हमारी बहन बेटियों के साथ, भारत की बेटियों के साथ शोषण करते रहेंगे। और हमारा धरना सर, जब तक इंसाफ नहीं मिल जाता हम ऐसे ही बैठे रहेंगे।
बजरंग पुनिया जी, आपने हमसे बात की, इंडिया टुडे से बात की, थैंक यू सो मच। और मैं इतना ही आपको आश्वासन दे सकता हूं कि हम खिलाड़ियों के साथ हमेशा रहेंगे। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग अस। थैंक यू
सर, थैंक यू सर।
Continuing focus on the wrestlers' agitation. From there, let's turn to our Get Real India story. Our ground report comes from West Bengal's Kaliaganj that has been on the boil amidst arson and violence over the alleged rape and murder of a minor girl. A mob had attacked the police station after the police allegedly mishandled the victim's body. While the post-mortem report has ruled out any rape, the BJP and the victim's family are crying foul, even as Mamata Banerjee is claiming that the BJP wants to incite violence in Bengal. It's our ground report.
Arson, stone pelting, police held captive and beaten up. Anger spilled onto the streets and at local police at Kaliaganj in West Bengal's Uttar Dinajpur district earlier this week. The trigger lay in the death of a 17-year-old girl, her body found near a pond. Her family alleged she was raped and murdered.
পুলিশ আমাদের তরফ থেকে রেস্টুরেন্টে যেহেতু সামনে মহিলারা ছিল, সে রেস্টুরেন্ট রেখেছিল, কিন্তু আলটিমেটলি সেখানে পুলিশ আবার গ্যাস চার্জ করে আর সেগুলোকে ডিসপাস করে। এই সুযোগ দেখে কয়েকজন দুষ্কৃতী তারা থানা কম্পাউন্ডের দিকে চলে আসে। তারা ওই বাউন্ডারি ওয়ালটা একটু ভেঙে, যে সিজ গাড়িগুলো আমার থানার আছে সেগুলোকে ভেঙে দেয়, প্লাস সেখানে আগুন দেয়। পুলিশ সব স্টেপ নেওয়া হয়েছে, অ্যারেস্ট করা হয়েছে, সব কিছু যা করণীয়, কিন্তু কয়েকজন লোকের উস্কানির জন্যে এই সাধারণ পাবলিককে যে উস্কানি দেওয়া হচ্ছে, সেখানে সাধারণ পাবলিক যে জিনিসটা না বুঝে এরকম অ্যাকশনগুলো নিচ্ছে।
Police handling of the corpse apparently worsened the situation.
যে বর্বরতা আচরণকালকে তারা করেছে, তারা আমার মনে হয় না যে তারা কোনো আন্দোলন বা কোনো ডেপুটেশন দেওয়ার পক্ষে এসেছিল। তারা রীতিমতো তাণ্ডব চালাবার জন্য এবং রীতিমতো দিনে ডাকাতি করার জন্যই এটা প্রি প্ল্যান করে।
আমরা ওখানে হাত জোর করে বলছি এরকম মেরো না, কিন্তু কিছুতেই বলছে যে আপনার ঘরে কি মা বোন নেই, তাহলে সেইভাবে আপনারা ঘরে ঢুকে যান। তখন ভয়ের চোটে আমরা নিজের প্রাণের জন্য ভয়ের চোটে আমরা তাহলে বাড়িঘর ভেঙে ফেলবে বা আগুন লাগিয়ে দেবে, এরকমই হুমকি দিয়েছে।
আপনার বাড়িতেও ঢুকে গিয়েছিল? আমার
ভিতরে সব, আমরা তো সিঁড়িঘর আটকায় ভিতরে, আমার বাড়িঘর ঢুকে চারাচি টপকা ভিতরে থেকে দুনিয়ার পুলিশকে খুঁজে বেড়াচ্ছে ওরা।
The preliminary autopsy indicates hers was a death due to poisoning. 2 people named in the complaint have been arrested though, but the family is not convinced with the police version.
আমরা কেন্দ্র সরকারকে বললাম যে আমরা সিবিআই তদন্ত চাই, যা রিপোর্ট দিচ্ছে রিপোর্টের মধ্যে সুসাইড আছে, সেটা আমরা কোনোদিনও মানব না বা মানছি না। ছেলেটার ফাঁসি চাই, যারা যারা ছিল সবারই শাস্তি চাই, এটাই। আর রাজ্য সরকারের পুলিশ আজকে নিয়ে 3-4 দিন হয়ে গেল, কিছু করতে পারলো না।
Kaliaganj is now peaceful but tense. Internet facilities have been temporarily suspended in the area. 4 assistant sub-inspectors have also been suspended for their handling of the body. They face a departmental inquiry. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee accused the opposition BJP of perpetrating violence in Kaliaganj.
They brought the people from Bihar and they ransacked the police office. They fired the police office. They entered the office with the firearms. They have looted the villagers. It is their plan. And BJP is totally doing hooliganism in Bengal because they are getting full support from Delhi. আমি পুলিশকে বলবো যারা দোষী তাদের বিরুদ্ধে দলমত দেখার দরকার নেই, স্টেট অ্যারেস্ট করবে এবং তাদের প্রপার্টি অ্যাটাচ করবে, যেটা ইডি করে, সিবিআই করে। প্রপার্টি অ্যাটাচ করবে, প্রপার্টি অ্যাটাচ না করলে এদের গুন্ডাইজম কমবে না।
Police have cracked down on suspects involved in the violent attacks. Leader of opposition Suvendu Adhikari has however alleged that the state police have shot dead a young man during a raid at the house of a BJP Panchayat Samiti member.
We were told Mamata Banerjee is unhappy the way its police reacted to the incident happened in Kaliaganj, setting the police station on fire. While addressing an administrative meeting at State Secretariat, she directed its top police officials to take strong action against those who were involved in Kaliaganj violence. With camera person Proshun, this is Ritik for India Today.
Remember, there are Panchayat polls in Bengal next month, and violence unfortunately has become part of Bengal's political culture. Let's take a break. When we return, good news today's story. A young man running a tea stall in Jagdalpur in Chhattisgarh. We'll tell you why he's our good news story. You're watching the news today. News without the noise.
Yet there's been a lot of talk about the money going to China because of the gap in valuations, reopening of China this year, etc. But how do you see these two? Because you track both carefully. But between China and India, what will suck in most of the emerging market capital which is coming back?
You must remember, China has a number of advantages at this stage. As you know, China underperformed India dramatically in the last few years, and now it's beginning to turn. That's number one. Number two, the Chinese market is very large and very liquid. If you compare the market capitalization of China versus India, you'll see that there's a huge difference. So for the large institutional investors, they really don't have much choice but to go to China. So if they have a basket of emerging markets funds, they might put 10% in India and maybe 40% in China. So you can see that China is still very attractive from that point of view and will continue to be so.
Is oil a factor at all, Mark? Because, you know, we have this issue of crude imports, and crude prices have started moving up once again. I mean, do you have a view that crude climbs above $100 once again? And if it does, where does that leave this India versus China question?
Well, the good news for India is that they can get cheap crude from Russia as a result of what's happening in Ukraine. So I don't think that's going to have a big impact on India, even if crude does go up. Crude, of course, is not going to go down dramatically, that's for sure, because the demand for crude, the demand for energy generally, as you can see from coal prices, is still very high. But I think India will still be in a good position because of what's happening in Ukraine and the lower supply going to Europe and the higher supply going to places like India and China.
Welcome back. Let's bring you our good news today story. It's the story of a young man running a tea stall in Jagdalpur city of Chhattisgarh who's become an example for many. Ashok Jaiswal donates 1500 rupees every day for the needy. He's not a doctor, nor a medical student, but is famous by the name of Dr. Chaiwala. Here's our good news today story.
If you visit the Maharani Hospital in Jagdalpur, you cannot miss this tea shop located right outside. Plastered with social messages, the shop funds medicine worth 1,500 rupees every month for the needy. Jaiswal also provides milk and hot water to pregnant women free of cost.
सन 2016 से मैं कुछ डॉक्टर के माध्यम से मैं जो गरीब असहाय और बेसहारा जिनका कोई नहीं है उनके लिए मैं दवा निःशुल्क देने का प्रयास किया और मैं शुरू से देता चला आ रहा हूँ और जिससे बहुत से जो गरीब गांव से आते हैं जिनका कोई नहीं है जैसे बहुत लाचार बेबस है उनके पास पैसे नहीं है गर्म पानी के लिए नहीं है दूध के लिए नहीं है तो मैं उनका ये सब भी योगदान करता हूँ.
Ashok Jaiswal was given the nickname Doctor by his grandmother, and his good deeds have done full justice to his popular nickname, Dr. Chaiwala.
मेरा नाम डॉक्टर मेरे नानी के द्वारा रखा गया था. ये तो यहाँ पे आकर कुछ लोगों ने बोला कि आप अस्पताल के नाम यहाँ पे है इसलिए आपका नाम डॉक्टर रखा गया. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. मेरा नाम मेरे नानी के द्वारा रखा गया था शुरू से ही.
His customers come from across the city as they know they're drinking tea for a cause.
गरीबों की मदद करते हैं जो जरूरतमंद लोगों को दवाई भी ये दिलाता है बिना कॉस्ट के दवाई दिलवाते हैं.
शुरू से ही इनको हम लोग सब डॉक्टर साहब ही बुला के पुकारते हैं इसीलिए वो फेमस हो गए डॉक्टर साहब के नाम से.
The question on everyone's mind, how does Dr. Chaiwala afford to do charity?
अगर इंसान चाहे करे हेल्प करने की तो कर सकता है. अगर आप महीने में 40,000 कमा रहे हो तो आप 5,000 दे सकते हो. बस इच्छा होनी चाहिए.
Bureau Report, India Today.
Quite a Chaiwala story there. That's it on the show tonight. Just a reminder that tomorrow will be elections on my plate. We are back with a new season from North Karnataka where I spent last weekend. Don't miss that show. You stay well, stay safe. Good night, Shubhratri, Jai Hind, Namaskar. Elections on my plate coming up tomorrow. Bye for now.
Namaskar and welcome to Belgaum.
Make all their food in Nandini Ghee, the breakfast. Very good mango juice. Good to see you. Am I talking to a future chief minister?
BJP वेक करे सिद्धरामैया मुख्यमंत्री आएगा.
और दिल्ली में
मोदी जी.
BJP says how much we have given Mr. Shettar.
I built the party in North Karnataka.
BJP सब महंगा कर रहे हैं.
What are the real issues facing Karnataka according to you? Corruption or Hindu-Muslim? The new KGF star.
ये है मटन शाही बिरयानी।
5 different types of biryani. Enjoy.
बहनें मेरी बात खास सुने,